dumb, dude.
You're not.
No, I'm not.
You're so clever.
But I'm not good at maths.
Why do we? Yeah.
What's crazy is, like, we are very, like, polar opposites on the education spectrum. You smash that maths, and I just cannot seem to get my head around simplest things. But Infection Uplink is our third and potentially our final map if this downward and negative cloud does not get its act together, which is Splice. It's not nice to see Splice looking limp, like overcooked rice.
For goodness sake. You had it all.
They're going to pay the price.
I know, honestly.
Here on Infection.
But joining me is Machine, not Bryce. Let's get into this game, man.
Shut up, Phil. You've got head lice.
Oh, just... Why'd you have to bring that up on the screen? That's private, man.
Sorry, that wasn't nice.
I've got an issue with my head lice. Now you just... Ooh. Talking of head lice, we have nothing to do with it here.
What are you doing?
I'm just...
Triple assault rifle,
Triple X. Let's go.
Vin Diesel in the house. Wow. Vin Diesel. High caliber, concussion, flashbang, and rapid fire all going to be taken away here. I think the only exciting ban could maybe be a specialist on uplink. Maybe active camo could be disappearing, or your kinetic armor. We'll see. There goes flashbang, and the only exciting ban is
overdrive. Surely.
It could be overdrive, or it could be, I think, active camo.
I think overdrive.
Well, I think we should put money on it.
100 quid.
No.
Million quid.
Oh, no one would have got anything. Smokescreen gets taken away, and again, no one touches specialists. These guys in this matchup seem to have no problem with any specialist getting removed, or excuse me, not being removed, and just basically playing with whatever you fancy.
What do you fancy right now?
I fancy some dinner, but that's not going to happen just yet.
I was on about the score. Like, do you fancy a 3-0
All
or
right.
a 3-1?
I'm hungry.
I fancy some dinner.
I'm not Yoda. Fancy some dinner, I do. Wow, I think I could actually win an award for the world's worst Yoda impression right there.
I don't know Yoda, but I know that wasn't a good Yoda impression.
Jesus, that was awful. Okay.
So what do you fancy in regards to the match?
In regards to the score, thank you so much for specifying. I appreciate that. For me, I fancy a little bit of a narrow win, actually, at this point. I think Splice are going to get their act together to an extent, but I can't see past Infuse at this point in time. You win, what, 9 matches back-to-back? Week 2, excuse me? No, week 3.
Yeah, week 3.
Straight up ignored Machine there. The reason is
Harry
Hazza is what I call him, because we're close.
Bowman, what a cool surname as well.
I love that.
I bet he'd be rocking the Sparrow, wouldn't he?
Yeah, of course he would. Legless, man. Legolas Bowman was actually a second name.
Hashbang. Aha.
Stop with your hash banging.
Sorry. Infuse versus Splice. You know when something pops up, that's like a thing like, guys, get back on track.
Yeah, that's production saying, dude, you've just talked about hash bangs for about 6 hours here.
Infuse versus Splice week 2. Splice won 10-4 last uplink, but it was on Breach, different map.
Isn't that what you say on radio when you're in like the
10-4, 10-4, we need backup.
10-4 squadron leader leading into... Oh, I went into American commentary. Whoops. Have I ever done my American commentary on here? Maybe I should.
You just come out with the routes every now and again.
My Maven impression.
I can't do it, you're really good at it.
Time limit is 5 minutes, respawn delay 5 secondos. So keep your eye on the prize. All these kills will kind of rack up, especially multi-kills, like picking up your 2 or your 3 in a row. That is when things get exciting, because it does enable you to go for those one-point plays. We've seen a little bit of an advantage to those on what is currently the Splice side, the red side, enabling you to go for those one-point plays. Just over the wall, quickly picking them up after a couple of kills towards those tank area, the trucks, whatever you want to call them. And so we begin. It is our third in the series, our third game of the day as well. as we begin to get closer and closer to that halfway point. Let's see what they can do. Already Infused 2-0 up. Can they make it 3? Or will Splice find a chink in the Infused armor?
Yeah, is Josh going to be Mystic Meg today? Mystic... I've lost it. Mystic Mag, or whatever you want to say. And his prediction of 3-0 come true is what I was going to say, because at the moment, if Infused looking good, they're 2-0 up.
He's entirely in control of that.
Yes, he is. I mean, he's...
This is good.
His outlook on the game could influence it, but Vance, he's going to try and alter that. Interception comes in, and the kill comes back, but no, that drone's got to be thrown out of bounds. Oh, I keep my own words as...
Yeah.
Oh no, Vance, not the 3.
This is big, but there's only one man to stop them now. It's Monkey B, but look at Monkey B go. HVK, there's assault rifle heaven at this point in time. When you take 3 assault rifles out of the game in that ban and protect, you expect to see a little bit of innovation, and it is going to be ICR and HVK time. As both of them are going to be seeing more and more. I'm actually not complaining. Anyone that wanted to see the ICR in action in the pros' hands, this game is going to be delivering on all fronts. As there we go again, quick dispatch of Vortex. There's another fall. This time it's Josh. It's just ICRs everywhere. This is awesome. HVK v ICR. 4 letters, or rather 6 letters, Alex, counting is hard, that I always wanted to hear.
Vance with the drone, and he's already made 1 run. Could have been successful without the interception, but... the moment he's going to be challenged, and he's the buddy. He's got 1. It's the bodyguard of Vortex, and this should be a 1-point play. In fact, he could, no, not a 2-point. I missed that yellow arrow. But he's still alive. How's he just walking round? Oh my! No.
Oh, okay.
You're not intercepting that one.
Yeah, he's quite smartly avoiding that potential interception. It was who was it? It was Hawkeye. He was preparing himself to catch that one. Instead, they just get the kill. Now Hawkeye's on the defensive, on the back foot. In fact, he gets thrown onto a 5-second time. That's his 4th of the game.
No, he's trying to just hold out here. Do you know the most confusing thing about this right now? Splice's logo is yellow. They're on the red team. Infuse is red and they're on the yellow team. It is throwing me off so much. However, Vortex, for Splice now, attacking here, can extend their lead.
That's a 1 point.
Oh,
because of Josh, look at him go. A double with the ICR and a fist to the jaw of Urban, and it is going to be 1. Look at that. That's not something you hear Momo say every day, but it's going to be the 1-point play. Made good by the boys of Splice. 2-0.
2-0 indeed. Vance with the HCXD, Vortex adding to it as well, and Urban with the RK5. Still going strong, and I think Infuse just need to get a bit of map control. They need to go back to the slaying side of things, because at the moment, Vance is running away with it. He's 10 and 5, and he's shutting down Infuse single-handedly at the moment, alongside Josh.
Hawkeye does find 1 onto Urban. That's going to be the H60 used and implemented well. Hawkeye, of course, had a bit of a run. Now sitting at 8-5, things starting to level out for him.
And Josh and Marky are the ones with Overdrive. They're the ones to watch, I think, on this. At 0, I guess, has got active camo, but with Overdrive in play.
Would you say it's fair to say that you really would not be happy with a 1-point play off the back of an Overdrive at this point? Like, I mean, when you've got Overdrive, such an influential, such a rarity to see on Uplink, do you not think like a 2-point play is kind of, it should almost not be a guarantee? But I
think with especially Hughes, you want a 2-point play, active camo, kinetic armor, no matter what you want. You want in a 2-point play, but Marky here is going for a 1. Like you can see here. Oh.
Is he? Yes, he is, because he realizes the pressure was there. And look at Bance. Not only he gets the kill, that's going to be a huge interception from the Splice player. And now they look to extend their lead here. They're going for the counter. Well, it's going to go for the counter cap. It's more so a counter play, because look at them. They're taking a bit of a breather, throwing out for the reset when pressure is applied. It was PT who was doing just that, doing all the pressing. Monkey B catches another.
Yep, and Urban's going to pick it up. What's Urban got? He's got the heat wave, but he's not unlocked it just yet. He has seen 1. Pass to 0, because 0 I know has active camo. And this will be a 2-point play, especially when your teammates are picking up kill after kill. And this could be a relay. This could get ever so dangerous very quickly, because now 0's in the base, and he's going to pick up a kill. He can sit here pretty on this tank and just get their spawn kills. 1 goes down. We have 1 also cutting off middle. This is about to get kind of go from bad to worse for Splice. This could be 6 if they're not too careful, because here comes another 2. And if they can't clear the way, if they can't clear their spawns, they're going to be in such a dire situation. And here we go again. Hawkeye fortunately does find 1, but Marky B's immediately put him down. And with 25 seconds left, I can see 6 happening here unless something special happens from Bance. He's got 1. He's on sandbags, but he's gone as well. He's gone past 10's goodbye Bance, and now this could very well be 6, but Josh steps up to the plate. He leaps out of the window. He tries to make something magical happen, but the wand is not enough. So now just 10 seconds left. Hawkeye, though, has stepped up, and he's going to be doing what Josh couldn't. He picks up the double. Vortex is there, and things do stabilize and calm down towards the second half. And hello, KN. 44. Whoa. Wow. I really just took over your sentence. I like that.
I realized I called it the KN94 before because of the AN94. Previous titles.
Error.
What a noob.
What a newbie. If you were in a lobby, I'd be calling you...
It's basically an AK.
It's not, it's a KN.
Yeah, good old KN. Just choose 2 more different letters, still operating in the same kind of way as an AK-47. Always present in the Call of Duty title. A classic.
The AK isn't present in this one, it's the KN.
Sorry.
Of course, I am being sarcastic there, of course it is.
With its signature, iron sight. That. Oh wow, high in the sky. Not going to be able to make too much happen here. This is the low recoil of the ICR. However, that low bullet damage is so evident, and you can see these kills that definitely would have been won out by an M8. And, ooh, hang on a second, Vance is still going somehow, some way. He's got himself a fresh magazine, and now he's going to go for the repeat. But time has passed, and movement has occurred. Urban presents his back and looking for another one here, but Overdrive's pop from Marky B in a defensive scenario. He's going to turn and run, turn tail and run. There's 2 players to intercept him, and that's going to be goodbye, good night. No more Overdrive for you, and actually a bit of an overinvestment of resources there from Marky.
You say that, but PT now has a bit of an aggressive
They can spawn though.
here. But where are they going to spawn? This is definitely a 1-point play, but Kinetic Armor surely for the 2.
Yeah,
Kinetic
there's no
Armor
way they can
and
deal with
armor
that.
and normal health. Like, I wonder what the stats are. Some guy out there's probably tested it. How much health do you actually have with that?
I mean, you could probably take a fair few bursts from the M8.
The only way you're dying is headshots, because one thing to point out is your armor on...
Kinetic armor.
No, your armor on the drone is not affected to the head.
Oh, so that is your, that's a huge answer.
I can't get on board with the drone.
You're getting frustrated that they're passing. How dare you? You're making my job difficult. As now PT looks to be playing a little bit more of the passive game. This is going to be for the reset, I assume. Or no. Ooh, I'm going to eat my words. Get myself a nice and fork.
See now the Slain side of things go down. You see it's traded at the moment. If it goes in favour of Splice, he will throw that off. If it goes in favour of Infuse, like now. No, always just
wow, good restraint from PT. He hasn't thrown it for the reset. Instead, he's going to just go ahead and play.
And now Urban's got 2, he can push out, he can call that out and go, guys, there's 1 behind me, but hello, I'm on the attack. He's going to run into 1 though. And, oh, you just, not where you want to throw it there. Zero does pick it up, and he'll be picking up PT's slack. 6-2 though.
Oh, Marky B starting to set down the path now. Look, Vortex falls. That's 5 seconds for him. Bance joins him now. He's going to be looking to join him in Valhalla. Here comes Active Camo, and here comes another 2. Infuse are trying to end this series right here, right now, and things are going from bad to worse, really, at this point for Splice. Everyone's trying to deliver on all fronts. The problem is that Splice kind of main trick in their book is that outslaying potential, and at this point in time, Infuse are just laughing at them.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams are just, slayers in their own right. Urban has picked up the drone. He's just thrown it towards the enemy base. Zero's going to pick this one up, and hello, Mr. 1-pointer. There you go, no interception for you. Lightning Strike unlocked. Make it a Hellstorm. Not going to happen. Oh, a few shots to the body there. Josh, you can do that all you like, buddy, but you're about to lose 3-0. Your wish is Zero's command. 9-2 there for Infused.
2 minutes remain. Zero does pull out the lightning strike, and look at that. Well, that's salt to the wound if ever I heard it. Zero's like, you shoot my body, I'll shoot you down with a lightning strike. And here comes 11. Splice are already looking a little too weak at the knees. They do have 2 minutes, and yes, I do feel like it's possible. I may be an optimist, and Zero indeed is indeed. Look at that double for him. He's just making life worse for Splice at this point in time. I have almost no doubt in my mind that their communications are at a minimum at this point now. Splice, maybe someone said something a bit silly, and now they sit in silence as the score just gets from bad to worse.
As soon as you see Josh shoot a body, it's like, yeah, I think they've given up. I think it's kind of time to, they've thrown in the towel. That's almost what he's doing. But Josh is 17 and 22. Let's see what he's doing. He's got Overdrive. Do you know one thing I've not seen actually influence that much is Overdrive, like this whole game.
It's true. And I mean, maybe we're going to be seeing it banned less as time goes on.
But Infused, and there we go, we see it come into play. Definitely not for the most useful method, but I can't help that the negative attitude of Splice maybe going into this, or particularly Josh might have affected him in particular. He didn't have a great S&D, he was 3 and 9. He's 18 and 23 here. Or I could be just making things up. You know, maybe they've scrimmed them over the last week and they just think that Infused are dominant.
Well, you don't need to ask Splice to know that. I mean, this has just been an incredible turn of events for Infused. Things have just got, I mean, out of control for them at this point in time. This will be their 10th win back-to-back.
Not a bad record, especially going into interception.
That's right.
I tell you what, they'll be confident going into obviously,
and that's just in the World League. I mean, that's just the World League. That's not including the weekend events. That's not including the Challenger Division. 24 seconds left, and this is, of course, our second half. And, I mean, we know the result now. Vortex is just killing time and not killing anyone at this point in time as he goes for an air bash. There you go. Drone to the jaw of PT. And he's going to... Ooh, if that's a one-point lineup, I think it would require a bounce off of the truck, and he gets it. That's for a little bit of a silver lining, and I do like that lineup. We haven't seen too much of that one, Phil.
No, we haven't, and it's a bit late to see it now, really. Maybe we'll see it in the next upcoming games, as it does finish 12-4. Let's see what is going on there. Vortex 15 and 24. Going to be kicking himself. I didn't have the best of games, but I've got to go back to basics there. Infused, they look hot, they look good. And look at the amount of deaths on their team there. 21, 21, 21, and 20. Very consistent. And I mean, the slaying side of things, just in Infused favour, but I wouldn't say so in Infused favour that you win by 8 points. However, that is going to round it up, and it's going to be a 3-0. Did you expect that one? No, you didn't. You said 3-1.
After Hardpoint, I felt like it was. Yeah. Just after the kind of the state of affairs for Splice, you get such a narrow win on such a narrow loss, excuse me, on Hardpoint.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think their minds are in the right place at this point in time, and I think they actually probably, you know what they need to do is they need to pull a Marky B.
What's that?
Don't play COD for a week.
That's not I mean, I know that's what he did, but Marky B's like, he will grind.
Yeah, I know he's missed the grind. But
maybe it will help.
Let's not forget that after that 0-2 loss, that's what they did.
Yeah, but they do have an event in 3 days.
But you're right. Never mind. Standings is what we need to talk about now because things have changed, and I'm going to go ahead and You can't steal my thunder with the claps.
I stole the summon. Okay. Go on then.
You.
However, no, you're not doing that. I'm doing it then. Infused take top spot. They keep it, should I say, 13 and 3. Win percentage that's that little higher than Millennium now. Of course, they're coming up against Pulse. I'm gonna say Millennium may take down Pulse and join them with that. But the one thing it does affect is Splice has now got 6 losses. Could Excel? I mean, Excel technically could get 2 wins. Who are Splice playing? I'm gonna check it myself. Schedule final. And Splice in the last 2 weeks they play LDLC and Giants. Okay, maybe not. I was thinking if they lose 2 and XL win 2, it could go the other way, but probably not going to happen. Probably going to stay the same. However, oh, that's a nice 60% map win percentage for Splice. However, they pretty much solidify their spot at 4th, and Fuse take first. I am sorry. You okay? Smile.
That worked. Okay, fine. Whatever. I forgive you. We have made up. Our 8-month relationship continues. 8 months? That's a bit of a vast exaggeration. 8 week. Sorry. Oh God, look at me.
8 months,
look at me jumping ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Game next is Pulse versus Millennium. We are still preparing ourselves for another stompy stomp, as this is going to be less of a question of what can Pulse do, more a question of, hey Millennium, how good do you look? And I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what the God Squad can deliver. And if they can stay on par with Infused, let's not forget this doesn't mean nothing for Millennium. They do not want to give up that #1 seed, as it would enable them to have the easiest game coming into, or technically easiest game coming into the offline stages a little later on.
A map percentage taking account here. Infused 3-0 in Splice. You know, Millennium definitely need a 3-0 now. They'll be disappointed with a 3-1. Like, that's, to put things into perspective, that's how they will feel now. But, you know, I'm sure they will come out with a 3-0 victory.
Well, we've set the scene. Thanks so much for sticking with us, guys. We've got Pulse then coming up next against Millennium for all you French fans out there. Tell your friends, tell your pals, and if you're a Millennium fan as well, stay tuned.